Namaste, dear friends. Welcome to my Locus Isis YouTube channel. My name is Nika, and today I'm going to talk with you about the energy of tarot arcanas in the popular movies. I'm gonna to talk with you about how it's difficult can be sometimes to understand, to feel this energy of the tarot arcana. I want to share with you my experience, and the first super simple option to understand and to feel the energy of the tarot arcana is to find the popular movie where the hero, where the main character lives his life with the energy of this arcana, of this card. And I've collected here the first 10 major arcanas in this video, and those movies where the main characters go through the stuff related to this energy of the first 10 tarot cards. So let's dive into the tarot world together. And the first arcana for today is the Fool. And let's see which movies are connected with the energy of the Fool arcana.
So what can you see on this picture? In this arcana you can see a person who is literally stepping into a chasm where a crocodile awaits, while his mind and instincts, symbolized by a dog, attempt to stop him. I really like the Fool's energy because he is open to the new experiences. He is naive, he is trusting to the world, he's embodying lightness and playfulness. And this archetype is well represented in such movies as Mr. Nobody, Forrest Gump, and Yes Man. Through these characters, you can see how life becomes more vibrant, more fulfilling when you add some Fool's energy into it.
So ask yourself a few questions for the better understanding. What have you noticed in the behavior of the characters that indicates their connection to this Fool arcana? And the next arcana is the Magician.
The Magician is someone who possesses all four elements: swords, cups, wands, and pentacles. Everything is in his hands. He's talented, he's active, he is knowledgeable, and yet he is at the beginning of his journey. The Magician also corresponds to our celestial father, while the Emperor represents our father on earth. The Magician is well represented in such movies like The Prestige, Revolver, and The Illusionist.
So the Magician is also the male arcana. Ask yourself, what is the difference in the logic of actions of the main characters in the Magician arcana and in the Fool arcana? And the next arcana is the Priestess.
Just as the Magician embodies the Celestial Father, Isis embodies the Celestial Mother. She possesses secret knowledge, she is intuitive and exhibits a passive nature in comparison to the aggressive masculine energies. This is a very deep archetype. The Priestess channels knowledge bestowed upon her from the above. She's represented in such films as The Fifth Element, Penny Dreadful, Charmed, and Chaotica Anna.
The third arcanum is the Empress. And again, ask yourself, what is the difference between the Empress and between the Isis, between the High Priestess? Both of these arcana have the female energy, but they are different. What is the difference between them for you?
What can be said about the Empress? She is the archetype of our Mother on Earth. The Empress is synonymous with majesty, with life and abundance. You can see her in the Mothers movie, in the character of Molly Weasley in the Harry Potter, in the Daenerys Targaryen character in the Game of Thrones, and of course in the Cleopatra. The key to the state of the Empress lies in her state. She doesn't strive for anything, she already has everything in her life. Everything she creates from this state of plenty and excess.
And the next arcana is the Emperor.
The Emperor is the archetype of the Father on Earth. He is authoritative, confident, and, like the Empress, he already achieved his state. He is already the Emperor. The key to his state lies in discipline and the ability to take responsibility. He is an unquestionable leader. He knows how to bring ideas to fruition, maintaining a clear mind. We can see Emperor in such movies as Godfather, The Lord of the Rings, embodied by Aragorn, The Gentleman, and in the cartoon Lion King.
The next arcana is the High Priest.
So, the Hierophant or High Priest. The Hierophant is the embodiment of rules, commandments, and the struggle between good and evil. Remember that with High Priest, the lesson is taught, but with the devil, it is tested. High Priest values experience over material wealth. Conscience is what guides the Hierophant, and we can observe this archetype in such movies as Calvary, Gandhi, and Tsai.
Try to compare all of these arcana. What do you notice during this comparison? In which life situations do you think it is appropriate to add some energy of the full arcana, for example, or the energy of the High Priestess? Now we're moving to the sixth arcana, the Lovers or the Choice.
The Lovers card shows us a person who is standing in front of the choice. The blonde and brunette women symbolize the physical and the spiritual aspects of our lives. In this card, it is crucial to make the right choice, and the key to this choice lies in balance. Material and spiritual are the two important parts of each of our lives, and it is important to develop them equally. The energy of the Lovers is reflected in all movies where the hero is faced with the necessity of the choice. For example, The Matrix, Romeo and Juliet, and The Crimson Peak.
Now is the time of the seventh arcana, the Chariot of Hermes.
The energy of the Chariot arcana can be characterized by the saying an arrow aimed at the target doesn't get distracted by the landscape. A person in this archetype is brave and fortunate. He is ready to act, sometimes assertively, always achieving what he desires. We can see this archetype in such movies as Erin Brockovich, Alexander, and Peaceful Warrior.
Now let's take a look at movies with the arcana Strength.
If in Chariot we talk about the external triumph, let's say, in the Strength we talk about the internal triumph. The main thesis associated with the Strength card is that the higher always triumphs over the lower. The lion on the tarot card, whose mouth is closed by a woman, symbolizes her own passionate nature, subdued by the power of the spirit. Strength also describes all deeply believing people who overcome life's difficulties and dangers through the reliance on God, gentleness, humility, and love. This archetype is reflected in such movies as The Lord of the Rings, Dracula, and my favorite, Pursuit of Happiness.
And now it's the time of the Tarot Arcana Hermit.
The energy of the Hermit Arcana leads us to self-discovery and to the transition to a new necessary stage in our development. The themes of this arcana leads us to spiritual practices, self-exploration, asceticism, and to the simple shift in our focus from the external to internal in order to better understanding oneself. Films that tells us about that shows us the energy of the hermit are The Island by Pavel Lungin, The Lord of the Rings, and The Wild.
And the last arcana for today is the Wheel of Fortune.
The Wheel of Fortune teaches us that everything has its time and each new challenge is necessary for growth and self-realization. Everything in our life consists of cycles, and all cycles are essential for development, even the unpleasant ones. The main gift of the Wheel of Fortune is an awareness of impermanence, both in happiness and unhappiness. These two shall pass, as in the Ring of Solomon. In this arcana, it is important to learn how to maintain your focus on your inner center. You can feel the energy of this arcana in Interstate 60, Lola Rent, and spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring.
That's it for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, let's try to imagine those situations in your real everyday life when you can use the energy of each of these 10, 11th arcana, and where this energy can help you. Share some of your thoughts under this video in the comments below, and see you soon. Thank you for being there, and enjoy the rest of your day.